I just want to start off this video by saying that I recognize that weight is a complicated topic for a lot of people, and so if talking about weight, diet, calories isn't for you, then please click off this video now. My history with my weight can be summarized very simply. My weight is correlated to my mental health. Whenever my mental health has gotten worse, I move less, I eat more, and the food that I do eat tends to be unhealthier and more calorie dense. I've noticed that when my depression is worse, I do tend to crave sugary treats more, which I guess is my brain trying to find any hint of dopamine. From my childhood to my early adult years, my weight was fine. I wasn't overly skinny, I wasn't overweight. I would say as a young adult I probably fell in the skinny fat category because while I was slim, I probably had a high body fat percentage because I definitely didn't have a lot of muscle. I always fluctuated around 70 kilograms, which I am 180 centimeters tall, so this is like a healthy weight for me. Then when I was 22, I hit my lowest point mentally. I had to move in with my parents and I put on weight. And I hit my then all-time high of 80 kilograms. And I remember standing on the scale for the first time in ages, seeing that number, and it just kicked me into gear. I started calorie counting and I lost the weight until I was about 72 kilos again. And then I moved to Slovenia. And in Slovenia, I actually unintentionally lost a bit more weight, probably because I was moving more, and I reached 65 kilograms, which I maintained for at least a year. And then my mental health got worse again, and over those following 2 years, I gradually put on weight until I was about 82 kilograms, at which point I seemed to plateau for a while. And I was 82 kilograms when I moved to Austria last September. I was 82 kilograms when I got married in December. And then January came. In January, my depression tends to get a lot worse, and I started putting on weight fairly fast. I did actually start tracking my weight in January, and at the beginning of January, I was about 84 kilograms. And by April, I was 92 kilograms. So for me, this was an all-time high. Thankfully, my mental health has improved a bit. Not completely, I still have a lot of anxiety, but it's reached a point where I can start losing weight again. The way that I've done that is that I've been using the Lose It app to count my calories, and I've actually not been very strict about it. I have found two things. The first is that when my mental health is better, I snack less anyway, so that has probably helped. But the second thing is actually counting my calories in itself makes me eat less. And I think it's because I have to take that extra time to think, do I actually want to eat this? Am I actually hungry or craving it? Or am I just bored or eating out of habit? And I would say on average I probably eat around 1,800 calories a day, but there are days where I don't count my calories. Usually it's because I either just am not in the mood to count calories that day, or I'm going out and I'm eating out, and it's hard to count calories when you're eating a meal in a restaurant. So I just say, I'm gonna enjoy today, and that's that. And I would say losing 6 kilograms in 2.5 months is a pretty good pace to lose weight at. If you want to lose weight and lose it permanently, you do have to focus on a diet that is going to be sustainable. And ultimately, I know this gets repeated a lot, but you have to make lifestyle changes. If you go on a short-term fad diet and you lose the weight, you can't be surprised then if you go back to eating the way you were before and then you put on weight. Now here comes the honest part of the conversation. Why do I want to lose weight? Well, the number one reason, of course, is my health. I don't just want to lose weight, I want to improve my health in all regards. My weight is just one part of that. And as we all know, carrying excess fat, particularly visceral fat, is unhealthy. And my goal is to live a healthy life for as long as I possibly can. But the other reason is that I don't like the way my body looks. I just don't. I don't feel comfortable or confident. And I think it's okay if one of the reasons you want to lose weight is to change the way your body looks. I also think it's okay to love your body at whatever size you are. I just personally don't. A few months ago, I remember looking at an old photo from 3 years ago when I was at my lowest weight, and I don't think even though I'd seen the number go up, I don't think I'd really realised how visible that change had been. While I am happy at the pace I've been losing weight so far, I do kind of have a short-term goal that I would like to achieve, but I'm okay if I don't. In about 4 weeks, I have an event where I really want to wear my dirndl, but the last time I wore, I was 82 kilograms and it was uncomfortably tight then. Now, it definitely doesn't fit at all, and I think to fit more comfortably, I would probably have to weigh about 80 kilograms. That means I have about 6 kilograms to lose over the next 4 weeks, which is doable, I think, but I'm not going to pressure myself to do it. So because I would like to temporarily speed up my weight loss, I am kind of hoping that these guys will come in handy. This is the Coleology tea and the Coleology cut by Foodology. I saw this somewhere on social media and it was being promoted as the red bottle diet, which is apparently popular in South Korea. These are basically weight loss supplements, which I am skeptical about, so I did have a look into the ingredients in these. I will link the Healthline articles that I read down below. I quite like them because they also link to citations to actual papers, if that's something you want to look further into. So the Coleology cut says that it reduces body fat. It comes in the form of tablets. You're supposed to take 2 before bed. The 2 main ingredients that it highlights are, first of all, green tea extract. Now, green tea extract is high in antioxidants, which is good for your body, and is apparently supposed to help with weight loss. However, studies are mixed, and the studies that did see a small effect, that effect could also be attributed to the caffeine in green tea and not just the other compounds. But the second ingredient it highlights is rhodiola extract. Now, rhodiola extract is supposedly meant to help you with stress, fatigue, depression, and I guess how that works is that then you have more energy, and if you have more energy, you are moving more, and if you're moving more, you're burning more calories. The Coleology tea comes in the form of powder sachets. You're supposed to mix 1 sachet a day with 300-500 ml of water. This one says it reduces body fat, improves blood flow, and leads to healthier bowel movements. The first ingredient it highlights is Coleus fuscoli extract, which research on humans is scarce. It is believed to break down stored fat, and that alone is not enough to lose weight. You also have to maintain a calorie deficit in order to burn that fat. The second ingredient it highlights is fructooligosaccharides. This is a prebiotic. And then there is ginkgo leaf extract, which is an antioxidant and is meant to improve circulation, and this one actually has some research that supports that. So I thought, why not? Let's try it. If it doesn't work, no harm done. If it works, then that's great. I ordered these from YesStyle, which I do have a discount code for. You can follow the link in the description below and use the code ELISA24, that is all capitals, ALISSA24, and that's going to give you 5% off your first order, or if you're a returning customer, then you get 2% off your next order. You get to support me if you want, and also save some money in the process. So I figured I'm going to try it for a week and I'm going to share those results here. I have taken my weight and my measurements so that I can compare the before and after. I did also take a video of the way I look right now and I'm going to show it, but please keep in mind, like I said before, I'm really not happy with the way I look right now and this is actually kind of difficult. I'm embarrassed even though I know I shouldn't, because my weight is just a symptom of my mental health. So this morning I weighed in at 85.75 kilograms. This is a BMI of 26.5. I do use a smart scale that can measure body fat. It can't actually measure it very accurately, but if you measure it consistently, then you can at least use it as a trend rather than using it as an accurate measurement. So it measured this morning my body fat at 32.6%. As for measurements, my waist was 82.5 centimeters, my hip was 112 centimeters, my right thigh is 71 centimeters, and my left thigh is 69.5 centimeters. So let's start the week. I'm just going to jump in right away and have my first sachet of the tea. Well, I can see why they call it the red bottle diet. I think you can just mix it with a spoon, you don't need to use a shaker, but I have this shaker lying around, so I'm putting it to use. It actually smells really nice. Not so sure about the taste though. Yeah, I think this might be a difficult week. I have no idea what it actually tastes like, so I can't describe it. It's not super strong. I just personally don't really like it. Thankfully, this is only a pack of 15, so I only need to put up with this for 15 days. Cheers. Yeah, that's bad. I'm just about to go to bed, so time to take these two. There we go, bottoms up. Right, off to bed then. Good night. So it's the afternoon of day 2, which means it's time for my second sachet. To be completely honest, I really struggled to finish this yesterday. It was really bad. So today I'm going to try it with sparkling water to see if that maybe helps with the taste. I'm a bit doubtful, but let's see. It was so bad. I was literally getting shivers every time I had a sip. It's the kind of flavour that just gets worse each time you taste it. So if I can't find a way to make this bearable, I actually don't think I can continue using this. What really confuses me as well is because the reviews were really good. Lots of people had really good reviews. A few people did say it didn't taste good, but no one said it was so bad that they couldn't keep going with it. Some people even said it actually tasted nice, so maybe it's just my taste buds. What I didn't mention last night though was that I normally have a little snack in the evening after dinner, and last night I didn't because I wasn't hungry and I wasn't desiring it at all. Of course, it could just be a fluke. I don't have a snack every single evening, but most evenings I do, so I guess we'll see if that continues. Let's see if this is any better. It might actually be better. It's still bad, but it might actually be bearable now. It's not making me shiver. Well, I'm gonna go finish this. Using sparkling water yesterday definitely made the drink a lot more manageable, and manageable is being generous. It still tasted bad, but I wasn't shivering with every sip. I was able to drink it all. So my plan is to keep going with the sparkling water. Keep in mind though, if you're using sparkling water and you're planning on shaking it, it can explode. Cheers. Just as bad as yesterday. It's now been 1 week since I started taking the Foodology Coleology set, and I've decided to continue doing this for another week. And that's because I've decided that I think maybe only giving it 1 week to work is maybe a little unfair. And the second reason is that so far I've literally seen zero difference in anything. It said it's supposed to help you with healthy bowel movements. And TMI, if anything, my bowel movements are worse than usual. The other thing, obviously, is that it's supposed to help control your appetite, and I have noticed zero improvement there. If anything, again, the last 2 days I was so hungry and had so many cravings, and this may have been because I went on a really long walk on Sunday, maybe it triggered my appetite, but it was so much so that I decided to not count calories for the last 2 days, and yesterday I had kebab for dinner. So my weight today is falsely elevated. So last week I was 85.75 kilograms. And today I'm 86.15 kilograms. Now I usually weigh myself every day, So yesterday I was actually 85.65 kilograms, which is slightly less than last week. And obviously I haven't gained half a kilogram in a day. A lot of that is just going to be the food, which is still in your system, and the water weight. You know, the more carbs you eat, the more water weight you're going to hold on to. So I'm aware of these things, and I just feel like it's maybe not fair. So I'm going to keep taking it for another week every day, and yeah, I'll check in again in 1 week. So 2 weeks have passed, and a few extra weeks as well. Life got a bit hectic, but after the 2-week mark, I did write down all my measurements and made an after video, so we can discuss the results now, and then talk about what I think about it all. So before, my weight was 85.75 kilograms, and afterwards it was 84.5 kilograms, which is a loss of 1.25 kilograms. That means my BMI went from 26.5 to 26.1, and my body fat percentage went from 32.6% to 32.2%. My waist circumference went from 82.5 centimeters to 80.5 centimeters, which is a loss of 2 centimeters. My hips went from 112 to 111.5. My right thigh went from 71 to 70.5, and my left thigh went from 69.5 to 68.5. Do I think this Coleology red bottle diet helped me? No. I didn't notice any difference in the rate that I was losing weight. If anything, my weight loss slowed down and my hunger went up. I also didn't notice any improvement in my circulation or my bowel movements. Am I surprised? Again, no. I was skeptical to begin with, and yeah, I just don't think it helped. And even if it had helped, would I think it's worth it? No. At the end of the day, if you're in my position where you're trying to improve yourself and your health, you're going to be wanting to focus on making permanent changes, and that includes making permanent changes to your diet, swapping out what you normally eat with foods that are much more nutritious and less calorie dense. Ultimately, the only way to lose weight is by being in a calorie deficit, and the best way to do that is by changing your diet and eating less. Even if it had helped, this isn't something I would want to take long term because, one, it tasted awful. I forced myself to drink it every day for 2 weeks and it did nothing. And number two, it's expensive. Fairly expensive. I would say pretty expensive for most people. And that just alone makes it not worth it. Focus on making permanent lifestyle changes that you can stick with, which are sustainable, which not going to make you tired, but make you energized. Some weight loss supplement isn't it. But that's all I really have to say. It didn't help. I didn't really see a difference. I'm gonna keep working on making actual lifestyle changes which are gonna make me feel good. And with all that being said, I hope this video was helpful in some way, even if it's just to show you that you don't need to waste your money on weight loss supplements and you can lose weight without them. If you're also trying to improve your life and get healthy, then I hope you stick around. Maybe we can do this together, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.